Although I don't like how flashy this is. I don't know if I turn this light up. I don't think it did it really. No, it doesn't really. Okay. Not the best lighting situation, but deal. So we're gonna read more of my stuff today. Need to open it up. I have no idea. I think I'll do this one. Mm, I feel like that face. That face, although. Okay. So I'm going to read. I don't have a name for it because when do I ever read? Um, okay. No, I'm not. That's okay. We'll do. Um, okay. With one, mm, with one, I felt electricity. With the other, I felt peace. With the first, a switch was flipped. Electricity ran through my body. His touch, the brushing past of one another, his kindness, his eyes, his gaze. I felt drunk. I desired more, but he wasn't mine. With the next one, I was transported. I felt as if I was floating. Similar morals, opposing personalities. He invited me into the community. When with him, everything was tranquil. I could face my fears. I experienced peace. When I looked into his eyes, I felt my own glaze over. My shoulders fell, and I felt safe. Windows, windows. They're great because you get to see the view. You catch a shot of it. If you open it, the wind can even hit your face. But I want to run in the field. For that, I need a door. With one, I felt electricity, and with the other, I felt peace. With the first, a switch was flipped. Electricity ran through my body. His touch brushing through my body. Oh, no. His touch, the brushing past of one another. His kindness, his eyes, his gaze. I felt drunk. I desired more, but he wasn't mine. With the next one, I was transported. I felt as if I was floating. Similar morals, opposing personalities. He invited me into community. When with him, everything was tranquil. I could face my fears. I experienced peace. When I looked into his eyes, I felt my own glaze over. My shoulders fell, and I felt safe. Windows, windows. They're great because you get to see the view. You can catch a shot of it. If you open it, the wind can even hit your face. But I want to run in the fields. For that, I need a door. Cheesy. Um, interesting. So each of the other things I have other writings about that I'm like kind of working on. I haven't posted much of it, but it's stuff like I'm working on personally. Um, I mean, if you listen to anything, a lot of this is about me figuring out, like, that I'm just a romantic person. I never knew about it or never accepted it, and I was never willing to, um, I don't know, something along those lines. And I remember I met this person, and it was weird because me and this person, I think I may have mentioned it before. Excuse my nails are very undone. And I met him. This was when I met very briefly. Like I do not know this person, but and I've met people that I've liked a lot, and I've even gone on dates with people. Um, yeah, it's a whole other topic. Like you know, and I didn't. I mean, I would like these people, but I never felt butterflies. I don't know. People would always say stuff like that, right? And like in the movies, and you hear people like, I just felt. And this person I met, I it was the lightest. That's what I mean. It's like that's why I made me laugh when I said that because we didn't even really have any personal, physical like communication. There was no real interaction. That's the craziest part. But we like had been standing near each other, and there was like a very did you hear that? There was like a very like light touching, like literally a brushing path, like quite literally. Not even like a no, 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 no. And I felt like it was very weird. And it was like an electricity to my entire body. It wasn't like I don't know how to say that without like sounding weird, but it was very strange for me because I was like, whoa, I don't know this person. I haven't even had like a real conversation with him. For me, attraction more growth once I can have a conversation with the person. Then I'm like, oh, like you like to talk, like I like this. Um, and I was like, whoa. And he was handsome, not the most handsome person I've ever met in my life, but he was handsome and very nice. And then we had some conversation, and I eventually found out later, like he had a girlfriend or whatever, and he wasn't inappropriate. He never like crossed any lines. Um, So it's not like he was giving me the wrong idea. It was just a feeling that I had. It was very weird. And I was just like, what the heck? Like, I remember being like, I don't even know what to do with this. And I'm like, why do I like this person? I don't even know them. They were nice to me, but it was not so much that I liked that, it was big. It was just that feeling. That feeling was very weird. It was felt like very electrical and potent. And then, months went by and I met this other person, and he's very friendly, just a very friendly person, and that literally his personality. That's why I was like nothing personal, and he was being friendly towards me. And once again, that's not what like attracted me. I I enjoy people who are friendly. I think they're great. I don't have that personality trait, so it's always something that I admire in others. I always notice people who are kind and stuff like that. Um, but for me, it usually takes more for me to be attracted to you. I like certain qualities, but I like to know that we can like get along. I don't know if that makes sense. So we had that interaction. I was like, wow, he's really nice. And I just always felt very calm around this person. And I've met a lot of people like that I have felt like in my life where I'm like, oh, they make me feel calm. But then I don't immediately I'm like, oh, and I like you. It's like, oh, I just like how I feel around you. Versus like I had other friends who like you felt more funny or more fun or more free to do certain things. Like, certain people you're around, you just have different feelings. And it was weird because I was just like, this person is not really not what I would go for. Both of these people. Not, but it was just very strange that I was just like, yep. Now for some reason my head is delusional and it's attracted to you. And it's very weird because I always felt very calm around this person. And he would be like, there were certain things I just like was kind of scared to do. And he'd be like, "Well, I don't know, like, you can try it. I'm not pushing you or anything." And, like, never pushed me actually. And then one day was just like, "Well, I guess I could try." And he was like, "Yeah." Very patient because I'm just certain things like I'm very brave in a lot of things. I'm like, don't very haven't done it, like how they say in Spanish, which means like I'm down, basically. Um, but certain things I'm like, I have certain lines. And like he was just like, "It's okay. I think you should try it." And then I did, and I was like, "Well," and he was very nice about it too. I was like, "You're very patient." He's like, "Yeah," and he is. It's like I'm very much like I would say like I'm pretty chill. I mean, it's very funny because people have told me that, which I find hilarious to hear now. Because I've always felt like I'm not a chill person, but I've had family and friends be like, "Yeah, you're just really chill. That's why I like being around you." And I'm like, "That's insane. Maybe it's maturity or something." But I'm someone who I'm very much like I'm thinking all the time. I'm not necessarily anxious, but I'm not saying I'm not anxious. Um, but I think a lot. I like to move. I like to do stuff. I'm like, let's go, let's do. I know how to rest and all that stuff. But I would say my personality is more active. And so me and him are like opposing personalities. 'Cause he's like fucking, excuse my language. He's chilling, straight chilling all the time. And like crazy stuff will happen. I don't get like up in my tea about it. So, but I like people who are like that too. And so it was weird because I would be looking at him and, like, I'm pretty good at eye contact, I'm neurodivergent, but, like, I feel like there's something you learn from it. I can't do it all the time, but I've learned, like, you get a connection, you get to read some stuff off of that. And I would feel my eyes just kinda, like, glaze over in, like, a attract attraction type of way, right? And I just felt safe. Um, Now speaking about these people, they're great. Um, but I don't know, like, no one. Well, one, he's taken, the other one, I don't think, like, I'm his type of person, which is fine. I'm not really offended by it, like, we're able to be really good friends and stuff like that, and I just find it like it was windows. I don't know if you've ever heard the thing where there's, like, mirrors, windows, and doors for people that you're attracted to. So the mirror is, like, when you're attracted to a person, but, like, it's a little problematic because what you're attracted in them is, like, the stuff that is not necessarily great about you. And then there's windows where there's people who they're wonderful, but they're not your partner. But you're able to learn certain things, so you're able to see, right? So I'm talking about seeing the view. Like I can see maybe what it should be wanted for me because by both these people, it was a lot of the things were the kindness, the patience, the those were the things, the way they like to have conversation. At the end of the day, when I boil it down to really what it was very much less about what they look like, blah, 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 but how I saw they treated me and others. Because that is what I can even tell you, even though a lot of the things are in the past, like, and I don't have the best memory, but I can remember that, like, how they were kind and all the things, and so, when looking for someone, I'm now looking for those types of things. And it gave me a more clear, like, visual standpoint. I don't know, like, I've seen it, so, like, now I know what to look out for type of thing. Um, and so that's why I feel like windows, they allow you to see. And the door is like the person that you're supposed to be with. You can go through a door. A window, you can see things and you can understand things and you can get part of the picture. But the door is either you let somebody in the door so then they get to be inside your house, or it's being able to go out and like explore things and see things for what they are, touch the grass, um, lay on the grass, like walk, all of that, which is a much more immersive experience than just looking through a window, right? And I never dated any of these people. I don't think I even went on a date with either of them. Well, one of them he was already dating. But actually, I don't know if he was. I just found out after. But yeah, anyways. So, um, that's where this came from, because I felt like it was I had, some writings that I had where I was like, "Whoa, I feel this way," and it was just strange for me. someone who I try to be very attuned to like what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing and all that stuff. So I wrote about it, and then that's kind of how this came to be. If you understand anything that I just said, or you have your own experience, I'd love to hear about it. I think attraction, love, intimacy, these are such interesting topics for me. Um, in a general, and then biblically and spiritually speaking, I definitely feel that because I think sometimes God will send you examples of individuals of who is well suited for you. Um, because attraction is important, right? Like, God's not going to send you somebody that you find like completely unattractive or anything like that. Like, attraction is a part of it all. And knowing what to be attracted to can come from the Bible, knowing what personality traits to look for in a husband or wife. And so for me, these situations where I find myself like, why am I so attached? Or what is this electricity? Is this positive and negative? Because I've heard a lot of people say when you feel that, like that's your nervous system or something, like alerting you of something. And in part, I don't know why the light keeps changing. I do not have the light on. Um, in part that may be true because the person who I felt that it was, and I wanted to like go for it. I've always been more of a forward person, especially in like my early 20s. Um, but I was just so confused by it, I didn't. And then I found out later, like he had a girlfriend, and I think they had been together for a long time. So I like it would have been not appropriate for me to. Um, not that if it was a new girlfriend, it would have been appropriate. It just it was like he'd really been with somebody, and I'm just like, it would be rude because I think everyone else in the situation knew. I just did it because I was like new to that group of people. So yeah, I don't hang out with that group of people anymore either way. Anyways, it was just it was good. But the second person where I felt very peaceful, I feel like that is something that I would look out for. And the kindness of the other person is something. I mean, in the very short time that I met this first person, I was like, though their traits, though their qualities of a good man. Um, Now being religious is also important for me, so those are barriers that whatever. But seeing those things, they come from someone who is a godly man, right? And that's what I'm looking for. Now, you know, share maybe if you'd like to, or what you think the title should be. Um, of course, windows would make the most sense, right? But I don't know.